What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out of the Darkness. So, we are about to start part 6 of the Lin Wood interview transcript. Thank you guys for your feedback. It seems like you guys are really enjoying this. I'm going to continue until we get through or until you guys tell me to stop. I think it's important to get this information out. Now, like I said before, I am not in any way condemning anyone. I am simply giving you the facts. I trust that you guys will hear this, that you guys will do your own research. I am including the full transcript in the description, and you guys can do what you will with the information, but it is of utmost importance to ensure that this information gets out and that people can do their own research. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, the interviewer. All right, we're here again with Ryan Dark White, taking an interview for attorney Lin Wood. We're going to speak briefly about Vice President Mike Pence, in specific, in as much amplifying detail as we can gather as to his relationships. No worries, as his relationships and any crimes he may be part of. Interviewee. All right, I didn't realize I was on. Okay. Mike Pence. When he was in Congress, he had been surveilled multiple times. He is known to be bisexual, but tries to keep it hidden. He puts forth the persona of uber Christian. When he was governor, he was very strict on gay and lesbian communities, things like this, to hide that. He was surveilled then, and it was well known the FBI and CIA do illegal surveillance of many members of, politicians at all levels to get it, it's all illegal. They want to leverage, and it's well known. They said, interviewer, so he was just kind of caught up in a dragnet of just general surveillance of congressional members? I mean, the interviewee, it was known. There were rumors, so they went down and did the surveillance through. Interviewer, just to have a good baseline for the future, I suppose. Interviewee, well, one, he is a politician. Interviewer, uh-huh. Interviewee, he'll be around. He has influence. So the FBI is all about getting influence. Now they're dirty, so they control it. It's not like they control it every day. They don't tell them, do this, do this, do this. It's just when they need the big one, they can call it in. And then he became governor. He felt more secure to pursue his longer term relationships. Like I said, there's one roughly 20 years his junior that was a longer term one that he had when he was in Congress. And then there's the one that's much more sporadic. And that gentleman is about half his age. He's the one that introduced the younger and younger people to him. But as governor, he felt that he was much more secure, not as wide open and able to pursue it. And he went the other way with it. His politics cracked down on gay and lesbian communities. He would never have anything to do with that. Interviewer. Now, Mike Pence is known to never be in public with another woman besides his wife. Do you know that? Has he ever been seen in public with these young men? Was that something he ever felt like he needed to hide, or is it just kind of swept under the rug? Interviewee. I don't know if he was in public with them or not. Now, they would usually set up a location that was already wired up before he got there. So, or it was a known location, or the location like the younger gentleman was helping, and he helped set him up. So he would tell them where they were going to meet. That's why he was the one. The one that was about half his age was, I mean, I've seen the videos. I mean, I've seen a few from when he was in Congress, but I've seen these from when he was governor and made copies of them. And Sean Bridges encrypted them. So he was that guy, was actually working with the FBI to help set him up. So he would provide locations where they were going to meet, and they'd be there around ahead of time. So these were probably the best surveillance tapes they had of him. The other ones would be this or that, some better than others. This one, you got the whole group. Interviewer. Interviewee. And when he actually got into talks about being vice president, running with President Trump, they shut it down because they had everything they needed to control the vice president. And it looks like they did. Interviewer. Interviewee. So, then of course, he was involved with the other stuff with Rod Rosenstein and Roberts to control. Get President Trump out of there. Paul Ryan and Romney, those are the people mostly involved in it. They wanted to get the president removed in any way possible, so he would become president. He felt that he had been passed over. He was due. It was his perfect time. And he had actually ran for president in the election and was quickly surpassed by President Trump. So he felt slighted and did not like President Trump for any reason, especially that one. Interviewer. So was there an active plot between Pence and Rod Rosenstein and Ryan and interviewee? Romney? Interviewer. Mitt Romney? Interviewee. Interviewer. Can you discuss what that might have looked like? Interviewee. They wanted to remove him any way possible. They had worked with Roberts prior to the actual election, and Roberts had actually helped them write up FISA warrants with Peter Strzok, and would write them up maybe, and Roberts would send them off to be signed by whoever judge he controlled. But they had started this, but once he was elected, once Rod was appointed, the focus shifted to Rod Rosenstein, and that was up to him, using that guidance of what they wanted to do. And he coordinated with all the deep state Democrats, whatever you want to say, to take him down. The Russian collusion with Mueller and Comey were involved in it. They were the ones getting information back and forth from various governments. They were the ones handling the information from ghost stories that continued. Then, that was them. Now, Mueller ran ghost stories from way back. Interviewer. Okay. Interviewee. So, they were all involved in it, and they were trying to remove the president, President Trump, in any way, shape, or form. It was Rod who wanted to go after the 25th Amendment, and he has definitely worn a wire before. So it wasn't a joke. It was a serious threat, and they tried many, many times. Interviewer. Okay, are you aware if President Trump was ever made aware of any of this during the administration? as far as the underhanded dealings that Pence is associated with. Interviewee. I don't know for sure. I had hoped. I made a tape in 2016 in Baltimore with this one group, and it was made expressly to get to Devin Nunes. But there was a member of this group who he was just unprofessional. It was all about him. When they saw what was on it, Devin Nunes was very impressed with it, as well as Kash Patel, and they wanted the rest of it. He had only given them about a 20-minute sample of a 3.5-hour tape, but he got in the middle of it. He wanted to control it. He wanted everybody to come to him for the source. And I was like, just give it to them. They need to know. This was right after Rod had been tapped for DAG, but not accepted. He accepted it, but he hadn't taken the office yet. And I'm trying to warn him about what he's really like. And he's working with Pence. And it's like, this is going to be terrible. Then this guy got in the way and screwed it all up. So by the time, interviewer, this is Matt Couch, yes, lumpy seat, that's him. But yeah, he messed it all up, and he wanted to get in the middle. He wanted to be the hero. It was all about him and the donations. And he immediately turned on Mr. Brutowski. He was a very kind man who wanted to really help. They wanted everything immediately. He wouldn't do it. He's negotiating with them for weeks and weeks, and then by the time they finally got a copy, it was a blank copy. It was just bad. All bad. Yeah, he screwed it all. And once it finally got to them, they had moved on. He really ruined it. And he ruined the warning, because I told him. I said, now, here's me. It's on the video. It's me. I've got my background. It's gonna be me. I don't care. Give it to them. He needs to know this. I thought it was very exciting. President Trump's presence. I thought it was very exciting. President Trump's presence, and he messed it all up. So, All right, so we're going to stop there. We're going to get into the next part for the part 7. Let me know what you guys think. Once again, I'm reading this. It doesn't flow. Forgive me. I can read, but it's a little off. So thank you guys so much for listening. Let me know what you guys think. I love seeing your comments about this. Make sure you do your own research, and we will talk next time. Have a great day.